In today's 3-Minute Thursday, we are going to go over a simple trick to open a spastic hand. If you're new to this channel, I'm Tara, I'm a neurologic physical therapist, and on this channel we talk about anything and everything related to mobility, health, fitness, and mindset with the end goal of empowering you with as many tools as possible to take ownership of your rehab and your health. And on Thursdays, we do these 3-minute little mini videos where we give you one tip for one particular movement problem, and today that movement problem is going to be opening a spastic hand. Now, if you want to get longer videos on topics such as this, always come back on Sundays where we do a deeper dive and give a more broader approach or give you more exercises. But the best exercise to opening a spastic hand is abducting the thumb. If your hand involuntarily clenches up, that means the muscles in the hand are involuntarily contracting, and one way to minimize that involuntary contraction is to abduct the thumb. Abduction is when you move the thumb away from the hand. So if your hand's curled up like this, first thing you want to do is kind of pull that thumb out to the side. The next most important thing is to have that elbow supported. When you're trying to hold your arm up, there'll just be more of a tendency for that hand to clench up. So make sure your elbow's supported. I like to have the hand kind of hanging off of a table because a lot of you, your hand is clenched up a little bit, so it'll just be a little bit more comfortable to have that hand hanging off the table. And then you're going to pull that thumb out to the side. All right, for most of you, your fingers are still going to be clenched up, kind of like this. And then from here, there's two different exercises that I like to show people. One is just flipping the hand over. Don't worry about the fingers yet. Flip the hand over by holding that thumb out to the side. What we're doing is we're stretching the muscles that contribute to that wrist and that hand flexing up like that. So even though the fingers are still clenched, we'll get there, but we're still lengthening or stretching those muscles that are contributing to that hand clenching up. So for now, just let your your fingers clench up, and we're going to work towards what we call supination. Supination is what we call when the position when the palm is facing up. Pronation, palm is facing down. Supination, palm facing up. The way I like to remember that is like you're having a cup, you have a cup of soup in your hand. All right, and then you're just going to hold that thumb out to the side. And then from there, if you still can't get your fingers open, what I suggest is you pull that thumb out to the side. You kind of work your hand back onto a table, keeping that thumb pulled out to the side. All right, use your fingers to kind of keep that thumb out to the side, and then do what you can to kind of get those fingers out. Now, you might have to let go of the thumb a little bit. That's okay. Kind of get those fingers out a little bit, as much as you can, and then reach back over to the thumb and try and pull that out. And then just start using that table and your other hand to kind of straighten those fingers out. So that is the 3-minute tip. Hopefully I accomplished my goal of getting this to you in 3 minutes, and hopefully this gives you one specific exercise to focus on for one specific problem that you are trying to address right now in your rehab. All right, now for those of you that absolutely just can't open your hand up because you just don't have enough hands, that's where a splint comes in really handy. This is one that I have made here locally. The nice thing about it is you can start with your wrist flex, so you can open your hand first. The benefit of that is when your wrist is extended, it puts a little more tension on the muscles that flex those fingers, so it's a little bit harder to get them open. If you can get the hand open with the wrist flexed and then extend it, it does make it a little bit easier. So if you have one of those wrist splints or resting hand splints that's just kind of fixed in a straight position, it's a little bit harder. This makes it a little bit easier to get your hand all the way open, but you just kind of get your hand kind of in place and just strap it to your wrist, just like that, okay? So it's just strapped to your wrist, hanging from your wrist. Then you can abduct the thumb like we just went over. Pull that thumb out to the side. Get it strapped down. Kind of get the hand somewhat in place. All right, don't worry about the fingers yet. Okay, so now you have the brace somewhat in place, the splint somewhat in place. Then you can start working on the fingers. like so. Get them strapped down. These straps move, so you can put them directly over your knuckles. Okay, then you can start working on the wrist. So then you can start pulling it back. Okay, and then that's when these straps come into play. And really, you can just go to town. As much as you can tolerate or as little as you can tolerate, you're in control. You can adjust it to whatever amount of wrist extension you can tolerate, but your hand is nice and flat, your fingers are nice and open. So if you are someone that you just don't have enough hands to open your spastic hand, a splint will work really nice. If this is something you're interested in, I do have a form in the description below. Just fill out that form. We'll send you more information about how you can purchase one of these. But that is it for this video. The tip was actually in 3 minutes, so hopefully I met my goal, but I am showing you this just for those of you who may need this. I enjoyed spending time with you all today, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day.